Hello, class of cannabis. It's been a glorious year. I want someone in here to stand to their feet and tell me their best way to smoke. Who will it be? Well, you are there. What's your name, girl?
Not him. It don't really matter when we all agree. What's your best way to smoke? Cause I'm rolling it up. Smoke like I ain't had enough. What's your best way to smoke? Cause I'm rolling it up. Smoke like I ain't had enough.
What's up with y'all out there? It's the Best Way to Smoke podcast, and you smoking with Big J.
And Serpo Jr. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and tell a friend. Share the video.
Yeah, we definitely share the video. And, we want to shout out all the subscribers. Like Serpo said, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate all the subscribers that we have and the viewers that tune in and check us out as we grow. This is only the start of what we're doing, on our Best Way to Smoke journey.
Much love.
Yep. So look, we want to get into the Best Way to Smoke tip. So this is the tip for this show. Dental hygiene is important. So if you smoking with other people, brush your motherfucking mouth. Brush your teeth, use the mouth rinse. Make sure you ain't got no white shit on your lips. You know what I mean? If you smoking by yourself, by all means, don't brush your teeth before you smoke, because that's all on you. But don't go out to the sesh or go out with the homie or go out with your peoples and you ain't even brushed your teeth yet.
Motherfucker come hit the blunt with all that hum, huh?
Man.
Hum on your mouth.
A whole bunch.
Man, I can agree to that, man. I'm pretty sure don't nobody want to, be in a session with a partner, friend, whoever the heck, probably even yourself, you hit your weed, like get that hum. That's probably why certain people blunts keep going out.
And then that's why a lot of people don't like to smoke. Like, I don't smoke with everybody, primarily, we blow, a couple other family members though, but I really don't smoke with too many people. I like to smoke by myself mainly, because I know where my lips been and I could take it, where my lips been.
I find that to be true.
Yeah, and then sometimes though, even when I smoke with people, I put it on it like the tip, use my fingers as a little filter.
Yeah,
keep it off a nigga's lips and shit.
Yeah, we'll let y'all know about that tip. A little bit later.
For real though. So today we gonna talk about different cannabis bills that's that's in the process of taking effect and how it's gonna affect people, and just basically our opinion on that. Mm-hmm. On what's gonna happen. So the first one we talking about is the what's the bill?
I think it was like the 2691.
Can you pull that up for us?
It was in the High Times magazine.
Yep, in the High Times article.
Yeah, the California Legislative Panel approves bill for cannabis farmers market. So you can put it up right here, so I'm be a little bit closer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what this bill is, it's like it's allowing small farmers. I ain't talking about no big old farmers or whatever it may be, but if you're a small farmer and it's like you taking care of your business, you got all your little stuff together, your little taxes and this, that, and the other, and you're a small farmer, you got action at these little pop-up farmers markets to like get out there and like let your product be seen.
Most definitely.
Let your product be tested. You know what I'm saying? Let it be noticed out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with this, what they Assembly Bill,
right,
2691. That's another opportunity for small farmers.
Right. It's I think it's definitely a good thing. The farmers the growers just gotta get through certain hurdles. They gotta be able to get the permits to be able to go to the farmers events and sell their products and stuff like that though. And it's always the thing around cannabis right now before it's legalized or decriminalized on the federal level, it's always going to be some kind of hurdle around it. It's never going to just be straight laced to where you can get into something and and just really make it happen, because as we done seen over time, it's a lot of businesses that's legal that still go through the bullshit, get raided and stuff like that, and growers in that same token that get caught up and the police come take your shit, take your crop and stuff like that. And like you was saying earlier, when we was talking about it earlier, that the acre, it has to be less than an acre that's grown, right?
Yeah, we're going to get into that one right there too, though. But look, inside the same article that they presenting to us that if you're a small farmer, you're able to present your product out here in these little farmers market. But later on in this article, it tell you like at some of these special events, it says you have to be licensed. You have to be like pretty much operating as a small. Legitimate farm.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But it says down here, it's like under current regulation, growers can participate in cannabis special events, but are not permitted to sell directly to consumers.
Right.
So if I'm going to this farmer's market and this farmer right here has this product right here and he can't sell directly to me,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So why would they present this shit to?
Right. That's the part that kind of got me when I read it. Like,
yeah,
like how y'all gonna say I can bring my product to this market, but I can't actively sell my product? It has to be sold through a legal dispensary.
Yeah. And that's like, you know what I'm saying? That's when wordplay come into it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not to take nothing from anybody, but it's like, that's why it's cool to like once these little assembly bills, these legislations, all these stuff come out, that you share with a friend. You know what I'm saying? You chop it up with a friend to get like different perspectives or, you know what I'm saying, to get a solid meaning of something.
Yep.
Like you say, you know what I'm saying? You got to get your product from a legal dispensary.
Yep.
I'm not coming to you as no dispensary. I'm coming to you as a small farmer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's just a little small something that's noted within the article. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you dig through it, you'll be able to see like what's what and this, that, and the other.
Right. And it make you think like, damn, am I just supposed to come present my shit and then say, oh, it's gonna be sold at this dispensary? Or what? Are we passing out cards for the dispensary where our product is? Because if you're a small grower and you legal, you obviously have the ability to sell to dispensaries. So maybe that's an aspect of it, though. You know, but if people are interested in finding out more about it, you know, it's a lot of information out there that you could dig in, you know, and get into and find out more about that if you're looking to get into growing at some point, because this is definitely something that you would need to know.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off of that, like how you said, if you want to get into it, like within the same article as well, to qualify for special event, for these special events, a cultivator must be licensed to grow cannabis by the DCC, and the DCC is the Department of Cannabis Control.
Yep.
The cultivator also may not have more than 1 acre of cannabis under cultivation. You know what I'm saying? So they letting you know right there, that's the cap. You know what I'm saying? So if we're just going to say 99 acres. That's not, you don't have 100 acres. You don't have, well, not 99 acres.
Right.
You just say you got less than that acre.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're not reaching that threshold. So now you just have the ability, you know what I'm saying, to get out there and get your product at these farmers markets. Long as you license, everything is legit, you know what I'm saying, as far as your grower's part.
Right.
And you got less than an acre. You can get out there and you can handle your business.
Right.
Can I throw something in on that?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, so looking at that, this is how I see it. If you go buy furniture right now, right? You go to this big ass place, it's a big huge warehouse. You see the things you like, you go in there and you say, okay, I like this couch, I want this with that, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
After that, it ain't like you can just take it off the showroom floor.
Right.
They have to deliver it to you, right?
Right.
So in a way, it's almost like they're saying, it's almost like a showroom, right? Like a cannabis showroom.
Right.
So I guess the one positive you can take from it is that the grower, by showing their product there at the thing, can then push people to that grower's retailers. So now
the dispensaries, like I was saying. Yep.
So the grower is now supporting the retailers. And so I guess that's one positive that we can take from that.
Yeah, most definitely. And that's our producer. That's the owner of the podcast place. That's our boy Solomon right there, man.
Shout out to Solomon.
Yeah.
I got cheers.
For sure.
Cool. That's cool though, because you see, as we sitting here just discussing little small parts of this article, it's like, you know what I'm saying, that's a good point you can take from it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, even though this is like a small farmer event, it's like you getting your product out there, and you, just like how you say, you may have action at something bigger. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it's like it's opening doors
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
in all
and
different ways.
that's cool though. But then think about it like this too from the flip side. You know, like we go to the festivals and shit like that, right? Certain festivals, even like back in the days. And if your shit's sitting out there in the sun all day, that shit gonna dry up. The product ain't gonna be the fucking same and shit though. You know what I mean?
That
So do you? You know, I'm wondering if they taking something that look good but a little lesser of what it is out there, because you don't want to take no product and out there to ruin it from being in the sun
yeah.
all day, drying it out, and then you know what I mean. You can't sell it.
I take it as if like, all right, you know what I'm saying? If it is like that, if you popping up to this farmer's market, you know what I'm saying? Like this is now. They this was presented on the 28th, you know what I'm saying? So you know. But if this is now and say this is the 30th, when we go to one of these markets right here, and then you got this farmer, and that farmer.
Right.
But this farmer right here, your shit dried out. You knew you was coming to this spot. You know what I'm saying? So
everything.
you as a farmer should take the proper or the necessary steps to keep your flower
keep
or
it
your
right,
produce
yeah.
or your product, you know what I'm saying, fluffed up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you see that, that's like, you know what I'm saying, pay attention to your bud.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true. Hey, but look, nothing beat them UV rays though. But look though, but yeah, but that's true though. You could have a little bit out there on display
Mhm.
and maybe keep. I mean, because obviously, if you're not allowed to sell none, you really don't need a lot. You don't really have to bring a lot. So yeah, that's true. You could have a little sample of all the different stuff that you got, just to maybe show people and stuff like that though. But even with that said, it can still dry out, and that smell won't be as potent when you open it and it smell it like, oh, let me smell it. Oh damn.
What if it has to be packaged? You know what I'm saying? Well, if that's like, because we only glanced through the article with you guys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we encourage you. That's in the High Times magazine. Well, like, let me get what's the gentleman's name who wrote the
Can you
the
pull it up
article?
for us again?
AJ Harrington. It's an
Right.
article by AJ Harrington about the cannabis, but California legislative panel approved bill for cannabis farmers market. It's in the High Times magazine. Check it out. It's a lot of good information up in there. It's like I'm not gonna go through it and tell you all of it. I just encourage you to really go through and read it. It's a lot of good information up in there. Some, you know what I'm saying, for you to spark up with your little 420 partners.
Yeah, yeah. So like if you was thinking about like growing, right? Getting into growing, would this be something that discourage you, or would it be something that make you want to say, fuck it, I'm jumping in?
Nah, it wouldn't discourage me. And it's like, no, I won't be jumping in. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all BS to the side. If I get the growing, it's going to be for my own personal usage.
Right, right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
I don't think I'll be growing to like put out for everybody else
right.
in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I know what I like, and I like it'd be like maybe a hobby or something for me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I get it. That'd be my bud. You know what I'm saying? That'd be like, sir,
Right.
what you smoking on? Nigga, that surf OG.
But like if I was a farmer, a small grower, I would take it as a good opportunity, and I would do it in that direction as far as just if that's the move, I would have my samples, have some good samples out there. But I'll take it as a good way to get my product out there, and like Solomon said, to kind of advertise it and let them know where it's being sold at. To that helps out. That's like a way of networking too, and it helps out the business. It helps us out. We out here promoting. So I think for me, I would be happy with that.
Yeah.
That is swinging that way. And just even to see like just a little bit like about the taxes, because we've been talking about the taxes a lot lately and stuff. And just I read an article about some things that they're trying to do with the taxes now, as far as kind of giving back to a lot of dispensaries from taking them hits from the taxes, because they went up in January, 2022. They went up to 15%, or went up 15% more. So it's constantly a tax right now. And like that's kind of killing the dispensaries and killing some dispensaries and killing some growers, and and just kind of discouraging them. And we always want to highlight that too, because that's the part that people don't see. You see a lot of people out here, companies out here selling weed and selling different cannabis products and stuff like that, but you really don't know the background and really what they probably going through right now with the way that it is and the way things are being taxed.
Real talk.
So
So it's like with the taxes, it's like Like I didn't see it, but it's like the taxes that you're talking about. It's like as far as like what, like selling the product or getting a tax back for the product.
Like getting the tax back for the product, like not necessarily for the product, but
For the
maybe
services being done.
right, different aspects of what you're doing with your business and stuff. Certain things will probably be an extra write off or
Yeah.
something like that to be
I
able
think
to
that's a
save
good
the money,
thing,
or
though.
where they
That-
get some money back, extra money
I
back.
believe that to be like a step forward, you know what I'm saying, for like people in all aspects of the industry, whether you dispensary, grower, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like if you put in work to promote your dispensary for people to come in and get your product, and if you're the grower, you know what I'm saying, to like produce this old good stuff for the dispensaries to put the little stuff out there and things like that.
Right.
So you getting like pretty much paid for your services. That's another step forward. You know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
Because it's like it's going to open different doors then, because a lot of people get returns back and deposit my stuff into my bank. You don't got to give me straight cash. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no check. Deposit into my bank. Either which way is going to the bank. So it's like stuff is opening up. So I take that as a cheer.
Most definitely. And we want to tell y'all out there, man, check us out at www.bestwaytosmoke.com. We got dope merchandise, Best Way to Smoke hats and different merch and different information on there about the latest cannabis events and all that good stuff. I had to put that out there
Best
for
Way to
y'all.
Smoke.
Best way,
Hit that like button. Hit the like button.
subscribe and tell a friend. But yeah, though, it's the way of life for a stoner, right? To get up in the morning, smoke a fat one. Like when you wake up in the morning, do you like to just instantly blow after you brush your teeth, though?
Yeah.
Or do you like to instantly blow, or do you do other stuff before you blow, like have your breakfast first, or do you blow before breakfast?
If I open it up, you gonna be honest with the best way to smoke.
For sure.
All right, no bullshit. I get up, of course, you know what I'm saying, like do my, it's a habit, you know what I'm saying, brush a little grill, wash a little face, you know what I'm saying, walk, check the house. When everybody in the house, because I'm the first one up.
Yep.
Fix my coffee. I call it just my kahawa, you know what I'm saying, it's coffee in Swahili. You know what I'm saying? So I go and fix my little kahawa. While that's going, I'm rolling my blunt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So at top of my morning off, my morning smoke be like I'm on my porcelain throne, drinking my coffee, smoking my blunt.
Knocking him down. That's right. Hey, and that be your best way to smoke in the morning.
My best, that gets the day going. If I don't literally, if I don't be able to get that in that smooth motion,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, it'll be a whole lot of shit, like kind of like off.
Yeah, so okay, so you say you fuck with the coffee and the tree, right? And you smoke indica, and the coffee is supposed to get you up. So how you be like buzzing like a bee around? Like how you be?
No, you know what I'm saying? See, like
which one take more effect?
I say both.
Yeah.
I say, like, you know what I'm saying, it's both, because it's like I get the high that I want. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got the spark that I want. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that lets me be high doing what I'm doing.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? I'm focusing, I'm functioning. You know what I'm saying? You want to
fucking that coffee up, though. On the real though, man. That's what's up, though, man. That's your best way to smoke, man. So
Coffee
look,
and
we gonna get
bud.
back into the what'd you say?
Coffee and bud.
Coffee and bud. Look, we gonna get back into the assembly bill. So this one is 1706. Can you pull up the other article?
Hold on, time out before we go. We gotta ask Big J, man, what's your process when you get up and you go and smoke your bud?
Oh yeah, right.
not finna get past that.
So this what I do, man. I get up, I go brush my teeth and all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Wash my face, and then I roll up. Sometimes I usually have something rolled up from the night before, or something half of something, and I just go blaze that up. That's it, and get kick started. But to keep it 100, sometimes when I'm busy, I probably don't smoke until the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
When I really got a lot of stuff going on and I'm moving, sometimes I don't even blow until I just can sit down and relax. And then I find my best way to smoke.
Yeah. I agree with that. Like, I think that one, you know what I'm saying, one rolled up from the night before.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people can attest to that right there. Like, you know what I'm saying, I went to sleep smoking this, I put it out, you know what I'm saying, I wake up, this is just my spark. It was already right there.
Mm-hmm. And it be tasting good too, though. That, you know what I mean? That we call them leftovers. That's them leftovers, though. But look, Assembly Bill 1706, you know, it's the criminal convictions. Can you tap into it?
Yes.
Yep, you could. Bam. Yeah, you could tap. Oh, you tapped into it? Oh yeah, he in there. Okay. So yeah, this bill basically, if this bill passes, it'll basically push a lot of criminal convictions to, like, you'll get reduced time or get your case dismissed. So, you know, we've been talking about this for a long time because to the best way that we two brothers that have been through the system at some point in our lives and stuff like that. So we understand how that shit feel and how it is to kind of go through that situation. And like we talked about before, you know, just imagine how a person would feel sitting in prison or sitting in jail, and you look on the news, you sit in your cell, you look on the TV, and you see people celebrating cannabis, you know, celebrating smoking weed on the news. That shit'll hurt. You know what I mean? That shit'll hurt you sitting there locked up. So that's something that's big to the Best Way to Smoke show. To me and Serpo, you know what I mean? It's bigger than making a profit. It's more about people having their freedom, and, you know, they can't get that time back that they didn't get with their families. They didn't have with their families, but just to be able to get out, get that shit knocked off. And I believe it should be some kind of reparations for people that went through that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It should be something to help them along the way. That's what the MORE Act, you know, we talk about the MORE Act all the time, and that's something that's in that bill to say, like, you know, people that was convicted of crimes convicted of cannabis crimes, to where, you know, they'll get released from prison and they will have opportunities. You know, that's something that's in that bill.
Yeah.
You know, and it's another bill. I forget the Senate member that came up with this bill, but it's just kind of opposite to where it's no more federal regulation on weed. They just let each and every state, you know, operate how they want to. So I feel like this, though. I got to find out more about that bill, but I feel like if that's another way to go, I think that's good too, though. Yeah. You know, to leave it up to states, because, you know, the state we in, California, you know, it's gonna be nice out here if it go that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's definitely gonna be regulated and taxed the way it is. You know what I mean? But it's still gonna be a better flow for it.
Yeah. And I believe, you know what I'm saying, these are topics that should, like, stay relevant, you know what I'm saying, like, throughout the state, you know what I'm saying, throughout the country. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you still have people that's, like, doing time now behind marijuana charges from back then. Even though we speaking about bills to where it's like they're gonna, like, look at resentencing, overturn certain sentences, you still have people, men and women, like, you know what I'm saying, trapped behind them bars, behind, like, small dosages of marijuana. Like, I just got through watching, I forget the name of the documentary, but I've been watching a lot of little weed documentaries. You know what I'm saying? And there was this one brother, it was like he was describing, it's like, man, it's like barely 2 joints. You know what I'm saying? Joints, meaning, like, you know what I'm saying, zags, papers. You know what I'm saying? That's what his family
Was it the dude in New Orleans?
I believe so.
Yeah, the one you put me up on. I forget
the grass is greener.
Yeah,
the grass is greener.
Yep.
And it's like, and the brother did over 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Never mind what other background issues this brother done had. You know what I'm saying? But for 2 joints, you know what I'm saying? If you sit there, you see his sisters, you know what I'm saying, and his mom there. Yep. You see, like, the love that they actually have for their brother and the son. You know what I'm saying? And you can actually see the hurt behind, you know what I'm saying, 2 joints. Like, are you serious?
Because
over 10 years.
Because I think they gave him like 20-something years or some shit like that, though. But if he did 10 years on good time, he'll have action at getting out. I think he only had like 9 years and some change of good time, so that's why they kept him in. And then that shit was touching though. But
Yeah.
if you think about it, it's so many stories like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many stories like that, and that shit got to change, man. It's just it's like a form of just like you think about, we always get into our our little talks and stuff though about black issues like slavery and stuff like that though. Just real quick though, and it just makes you think about when prisons was created. You know what I mean? Like after slavery was so-called abolished, that's when prisons was created to keep the slavery going because they would imprison people and make them, you know what I mean? Like that shit it's just a trip though. And it's still all connected though. The way things go, the way they legalize shit, the way they regulate stuff, and in our communities and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why from time to time again, long as this is going on until we actually like get this put in stone. Best way to smoke, we're gonna keep coming at you with certain like what I'm saying, each little hurdle we get over. You know what I'm saying? So it's one hurdle closer to the finish line.
Yeah. So we wanna ask Solomon. So what you think about that? Somebody being convicted of having one joint and getting or two joints and getting 20-some years in prison.
Well, there's a couple of schools of thought, and I'm gonna approach it more from the universal perspective, right? Because some people could say, well, those were the laws of the time. He broke the laws of the time. The sentence he got was the sentence of the time, right? But at the same time, there's the reality of life, right? And that's what you're talking about. That now, if all of a sudden that has become legalized and you would not be, even arrested for that same offense, there should be, at the very least, these people should be, their cases should be retried. Because like you said, Servo, there might have been some other insinuating circumstances. Maybe this was a second strike or something like that, or maybe there's an association with something else. So it couldn't be just this blanket, let's just release them all. It'd have to be something where they'd retry those cases. Now, that's where, of course, you get into like the difficulty, right? Because at the end of the day, the average consumer does not want a criminal out on the streets. That's the way they look at it. So it would take a lot of people saying, hey, this is not an average criminal. This is someone who should do that. And it's just like anything else. It's going to take media coverage and people speaking out to get these individual cases to go. And that's probably what'll happen. It'll be individual people who then will, sort of open the floodgates to allow other people to do it. But they're going to go into it kicking and screaming. They're not just going to start saying, okay, well, you're right. Let these people go, because more than likely, they're going to figure these guys were probably doing something else illegal. So we got to do it case by case. Right.
And yeah, like they said, it's people who it has to be like just weed. You can't have a violent background also, or have assaults or different stuff like that on your background. But I just think, the excessive time, if you're being charged with something, if it's just the weed, whether you have priors or a background, for two joints to get that amount of time, like he was saying and like his family was saying, that shit was just wrong. And like I said, that's down south though. Yeah. So, it's a lot different than up here. So it's more to it than just two joints. And I'm saying there's more to it, not necessarily in the way of him having more different convictions or priors and shit like that. It's more to it, for the skin color and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Especially in them areas, because it's like, you know what I'm saying, back in them times, it's like I done did a little background digging and stuff like that down in New Orleans, you know what I'm saying, in the South period, like jazz was popular, you know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Among, you know what I'm saying, black folks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And jazz, you know what I'm saying, it's like in the earlier times, it's like even now is music to your ears, really. It's soothing to the ear.
The documentary.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
and it's like, and it attracts all forms of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the joy of it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when like the Caucasian women, the white women come in, you know what I'm saying, they could get just dancing, having fun. That can all it can be. You know what I'm saying? Just dancing and having fun. But the next person, meaning the white man or whatever it may be, is going to take it as something different. That's when some of these laws started to get put into play.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, this drug right here is going to alter the mind of so-and-so. So therefore, it's like, nah, we need to abolish this right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it has some roots coming in from that area and stuff like that. But it's like, just how you say, regardless of what your past and stuff may be, I can be like really legit right now. Like been like working, doing whatever it may be, building buildings, you know what I'm saying, inspecting buildings, welding stuff, whatever it may be.
Right.
But I just choose to smoke weed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm on my way home one day or whatever it may be, I'm not smoking while driving, you pull me over, I got a joint. I end up doing over 10 years. It's over 10 years. I'm just not like I'm not like remembering the exact time. You know what I'm saying? But it's over that. 10 years is a whole lot, bruh.
Right. Yeah, I think it was like 20 years, and if he had 10 years of good time, he can get out. But then he had 9 years. I mean, it's rules you got to follow, okay. But he had 9 years and some change, almost 10 years of good time. Not quite the 10 years. So they sent him back to do the remainder of the 10 years.
It's unfair. How you gonna send somebody into the belly of the beast and expect them to walk a straight line? You don't know what goes on up in there. You can't watch over all these inmates at one time.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'd rather like, man, you finna come get me. I guarantee you, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna fight for my fucking life.
Right. So, and then what I'm thinking with the reduced time, with the part that said dismiss some cases and reduce the time for some people. So what I'm thinking with the reduced time, it might be extra charges that might be on that case, to where you probably just, instead of getting out,
or
you
it
probably
could be
just
quantity,
right.
like what you was caught with. Some people may have been caught with some pounds or something.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah,
While
yeah,
others
that's
been
true
caught
too,
with
yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying, an ounce or a joint
Most
or
definitely,
so.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could be that route.
Right. But I remember like back in the days in Compton, right? You get cracked with a little bit of weed, a blunt, even like maybe 5 grams, an ounce maybe. Sometimes the police would just take your weed and tell you to get the fuck on.
I ain't gonna lie, like in the projects that time, they used to
They
get our
want
little bags
guns
of weed.
and dope.
They used to get our little bags of weed and just dust it all out.
That happened to me before,
yeah.
yep.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? And keep it pushing. Like, that's janky.
On the real. But, and then sometimes they'll take that shit and keep that and smoke it themselves.
But I would rather that any day, you know what I'm saying, than getting like booked and like doing something for a plant. We're gonna continue to call it. It's a plant that just so happened if you strike fire to it,
Yep.
you
get
get
you where you
giggly,
wanna be.
hungry, and all of that old good stuff.
On the real. So look, another topic, another bill we're gonna talk about is Assembly Bill 2844. Can you pull that one up for us? That's about the cannabis catering. So it's basically like saying, okay, people that's hosting private events, you have to have some kind of licensing if you're selling, or if you're allowing people to sell cannabis at your event. So, like I say, this bill would add acting as a cannabis caterer for a private event to the definition of a commercial cannabis activity.
So that's like, you know what I'm saying, if you had a little event or whatever it may be, and it can be just more than bud, you know what I'm saying? It can be like your little brownies, you know what I'm saying, little candies, your little juices, so all kind of stuff like that. That's what this right here is it's allowing people to get a license or a permit to put those type of products out.
Now look, yeah, say number 1, access to the area where cannabis consumption is allowed is restricted to persons 21 years of age or older. Number 2, cannabis consumption is not visible from any public place or non-restricted area. And 3, sales of consumption of alcohol or tobacco is not allowed on the premises. So,
I like that.
Right. So basically what it's saying is at the events, no alcohol, is just weed. You know, it's
I
just,
like that.
and that's cool though, because, you know, you got shit like this though, like the weed drinks and stuff. You know, it's all kind of shit they make. Slushies, coffees, you know what I mean? All kind of different mixtures that they have. You don't need no liquor.
Yeah, I believe that to be true, man. And I'm going to say this, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Snoop Dogg. because he said it. You know what I'm saying? If you put 100 people in a room and give them some weed, they gonna be laughing and having fun.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But you put 4 people in a room with a glass of alcohol or a bottle of alcohol, it's gonna be some issues up in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's kind of cool, man. No tobacco, no alcohol here. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna have people with all weed, all fun.
Yep. So that's definitely cool. I want to ask Solomon. I said we know you weed free, but have anybody ever tried to influence you to smoke weed?
Not specifically weed, but I went to high school like everybody else. Went to inner city school.
Right.
And, had the same pressures, but I don't know. For me, it just hasn't really been something I had been interested in.
Right.
I think I sort of have this thing that I never want to be out of control of my own situation.
Right.
So you never.
That's how I am about liquor, though. That's
yeah.
how I'm about liquor. I sip, but it kind of make you feel like you know,
control.
right?
But I think just looking at this bill, I feel like it's a little bit short-sighted, and I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to sort of say, okay, we're broadening this out, we're allowing more people to do this, but what event realistically would you have weed but not alcohol? Like, let's say, for instance, we have a wedding podcast that comes through, right? And they talk about having a cannabis station at the wedding, that's separate from the alcohol station,
right?
So if you're a caterer, you're going to be catering events. I mean, alcohol is pretty much a staple at most events of anybody over 21. I just don't see how they could do that where you can have cannabis but not alcohol. It's sort of like, I get strip clubs where they say, topless, with alcohol, full nude, no alcohol, because they feel people get out of control.
Right.
Yeah, but this is not that. And I think you're probably going to see an amendment to this when, maybe some of the caterers who do weddings and stuff say, well, we'd love to have both. You know what I mean? It's a private event.
Yeah, I can see that perspective. Yeah, especially for weddings and stuff like that, because some people don't consume. But this will be strictly for weed events. Like the Orange County Cannabis Awards, they had liquor,
But if it's like, all right, that one, but it's like, correct me if I'm wrong too, Kush Stock didn't have no liquor.
Yeah, Kush Stock never had liquor.
And it's a whole abundance of people with different vending, different foods or whatever it may be.
I don't think
it was no liquor.
Had liquor either.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we've been to a couple events as far as like the little weed thing, the cannabis celebration or whatever it may be.
High Times, Kush Stock.
Yeah, and it's
Orange
like
County.
it wasn't no liquor there. It wasn't no beer.
Well, Orange County it was though, but the other two, High Times and Kush Stock, I don't remember no alcohol, especially Kush Stock, no alcohol.
A lot of times that could be too the fact they didn't want to get the license or it was too much trouble. It could be
That's true. Yeah, that's true too. Yep. But it's always something different and something changing in this industry, whether it's good for the consumer, bad for the consumer, good for the dispensaries, bad for them, good for the growers or bad for the growers. It's always something that's ever changing, you know what I mean, in this industry. But I think to federally legalize it and to decriminalize it, I think it's a good thing, and I think it's some catches to it that we probably not seeing right now. But overall, I think it's a good thing just from the aspect of people convicted of having cannabis or whatever with cannabis and being locked up or being on probation or just even taking it forward like we talked about before. Just imagine a youngster, maybe going to a party or something or, probably trying weed for the first time. Got some weed from the spot or got some weed from his friend, gave him some weed or some shit. He walking down the street, finna go meet up with his homies to go to a party or something, and he get pulled over by the police, for whatever reason. Now they bust him, now they take him to jail for that. Now his life, as far as maneuvering in certain kind of ways, is fucked up. He probably can't get a scholarship for school no more. If that was something that he was trying to do, he can't get financial aid. He got to jump through hurdles to get financial aid. So that's the part that really affects me because it's a lot of situations like that with people that, just get caught up in fucked up situations just because of who they are, and it shouldn't be like that. And a lot of that just mess people's lives up and it discourages people in life because, coming from where we come from, a lot of people that, I know so many people that or be like, man, I've been to jail. I can't get no job. I've been to jail. I can't do this. And in my mind, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of people that have that mindset because they don't see no other option out there. So I just hope it get better on all fronts though for everybody that has been affected by it. And I hope a lot of these people that's in charge of all this shit really, take a look and just kind of get it right and understand they still can get paid and get what the fuck they want and just get it right for the people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can agree with that one. I can dig that one. I got a lot. Nah, but
where you at, Turbo? That nigga was looking at me like this, like nigga, keep talking, nigga.
Oh man. No, I'm back though.
Oh man. It's all good. We almost there.
I think it's the cannabis.
Oh man.
No, but what was the bill about?
Oh my God. Oh man.
No, it was just a stoner moment.
You serious though? You serious though? You serious though? You want to know what the bill was about?
It's with the cannabis control, right?
the cannabis. This nigga crazy. The cannabis, you high as a motherfucker, man. High, cause we blew like almost a blunt, probably about a blunt before we came upstairs and sipping on the juice. But look, you'll be all right. The bill was the Assembly Bill 2844, cannabis catering, like businesses that have.
Yeah, you just had to just remind me, man.
All right, for sure.
I just got lost a little bit, lost in the sauce. No, but it's like with that catering stuff, it's like, yeah, that is cool. You know what I'm saying? Me being like a heavy weed smoker, you know what I'm saying? It's like these events, you know what I'm saying? That type shit is like fun. You know what I'm saying? So if that's like cool and it's like it's getting more access to it, it's like this it's more functions for stoners to get out there.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of places where you can go out. It's like, even though it's like we got it on a little legal tip, it's like it's still certain areas you go to, it's like you spark up. Some people still look at you like upside your head.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? But
like how you was just looking at me.
Nah, but it's like no. Oh man. No, but that's like cool though, because it's like stoners, you know what I'm saying? It's like the Kush Stock, shout out to them, the Orange County Cannabis Cup, shout out to them, the High Times and all that, shout out to all the little cannabis things like that. But it's like those are really like some of the like major times to where like stoners are all different kind, just like really get together. You know what I'm saying? Meet, greet, have fun, high fives, this, that, and the other. See different products and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So if this is like being like giving access to more around the year, man, I'm super digging that right there.
For sure.
And that's not me being lost neither. You know what I'm saying? That one right there is like legit. That shit is a really good cool. You know what I'm saying? For the weed consumer.
For sure. And you found your way back to the road. On the real. You found your way back though. But look though, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in with the Best Way to Smoke podcast. I'm Big J.
It's Serpo Jr. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and tell a friend.
Most definitely. Best way.